Daniel 7:15-28. In today's reading, Daniel's visions are interpreted. He questions the meaning of the fourth beast and the little horn, which is believed to be a reference to the Seleucid king who desecrated the Jerusalem temple in 167 BC. Judea was a province within the Seleucid Empire at that time. Brooke xuống ở dưới đó rồi. The visions are explained. The vision I saw alarmed me and I was deeply disturbed. I went up to one of those standing there and asked him to explain it all. So he told me the meaning. He said, "These four huge beasts are the four empires which will arise on earth. And the people of the supreme God will receive royal power and keep it forever and ever." Then I wanted to know more about the fourth beast, which was not like any of the others, the terrifying beast which crush its victims with bronze claws and iron teeth and then trample on them. And I wanted to know about the 10 horns on his head and the horn that come up afterward and had made 3 of the horns fall. It has eyes and a mouth and was boasting proudly. It was more terrifying than any of the others. While I was looking, that horn made war on God's people and conquered them. Then the one who has been living forever came and pronounced judgment in favor of the people of the supreme God. The time had arrived for God's people to receive royal power. This is the explanation I was given. The fourth beast is a fourth empire that will be on earth and will be different from all other empires. It will crush the whole earth and trample it down. The 10 horns are 10 kings who will rule that empire. Then another king will appear. He will be very different from the earlier ones and will overthrow 3 kings. He will speak against the supreme God and oppress God's people. He will try to change their religious laws and festivals, and God's people will be under his power for 3.5 years. Then the heavenly court will sit in judgment, take away his power, and destroy him completely. The power and the greatness of the kingdoms on earth will be given to the people of the supreme God. Their royal power will never end, and all rulers on earth will serve and obey them. This is the end of the account. I was so frightened that I turned pale and kept everything to myself. It made him frightened, and he turned pale, and I guess he didn't tell anyone except and kept it to himself. He wanted to know what it meant, like what about the horns. So he wanted to know more. He wanted to know about the 10 horns and the horn that come up afterward that made 3 of the horns fall. He was told that the fourth beast is a fourth empire, and there will be 10 kings who will rule that empire, and another king will appear. I will add that this king is boastful, and I guess it's boastful, and that king will overthrow 3 kings, and that king, well, I guess his boastfulness is the speaking against the supreme God and the oppression of God's people. Try to change the religious laws and festivals, and God's people will be under his rule for 3.5 years. And then he will there will be the judgment, and he will take like his power will be taken away from him, and he will be destroyed completely. Then the power will be given to God, and the people of the supreme God, and the royal power will never end. And so after reading this and reading the explanation in the beginning from yesterday and today, it seems like the writers of the devotional believe that I do not think the little horn has come yet. I think that the little horn is the Antichrist. And so there are like various interpretations. Various interpretation for apocalyptic vision, and one of it was in reference to the fall of Jerusalem in 70 AD. I'm not one of those people who believe that it's in reference to that. I believe that it's to come, and that the little horn is talking about the Antichrist, and the events here haven't happened yet. I do not believe it's referring to something that already happened. Okay. Yeah, I've had dreams that trouble me, especially when I try to kill people. So those dreams were scary. I held it to myself, but at that time, because I was pretty young. But afterward, when I was older, and we talk about it, I did open up and I talked about it, I think a few months ago. So, yeah. Amen.